Hey Dan, it's me, Lucy, and we're here at Texas, Georgia, in beautiful Athens, one of the best college towns in the nation, and everybody keeps barking at me. Are you the type to bark at somebody?
If needed, yes.
I'll give people a subtle just woof. Like, I'll be kind.
I would say not often enough.
Oh, I certainly do. I did 3-4 times on the way over here. You have to. You know, they got to know what Athens is about.
I have the overalls on. I take off one of the straps, and I'm like, take this from me. And then I get down on all fours. Should I reenact it?
Yeah.
Okay. And I'm like hustling at a fan. I'm like, and it's like a leash. You know what I mean? So
I feel like if a Texas fan came up to me, I'd probably bark. You know, if they were starting the aggression a little bit, I'd be like, What?
Do you think Texas fans should moo?
if Texas moves at people, they're just getting a lot more barks right
I
back.
was about to say, yeah, this is not going to be good if they start mooing at people.
I think it would be hilarious.
I like that. I think they should. It wouldn't be that intimidating, but it would be entertaining for sure.
I was like, what sound do longhorns make? And obviously, the real answer obviously is mooing, you know. Well, like, would it be like a deep moo?
Oh, definitely a deep moo. It's like guttural, like I can't make this. Wait, Rose. Moo. Are y'all scared of Arch Manning? Do we not care about him? What's the approach there?
I love my Arch. You know, I love the University of Georgia. We had the Arch. I don't even know who Arch Manning is, honestly.
I said, honestly, not concerned at all whatsoever. I mean, he has, sure, some good throws every now and then, but nothing to be concerned about.
He's no gunner.
No gunner. I mean, gunner's chef's kiss.
Rumor has it, I think he was named after the Arch for the University of Georgia, so.
I think Arch Manning is actually rated pretty well. I think it's his auxiliary players, his running backs, wide receivers that don't bring as much as a punch as Georgia has this year.
Kind of like that perfectly rated, overrated, good football player. When it comes to pressure, kind of falls back a little bit.
Nepo baby?
Yeah.
I think he is coming around. He was overhyped, I should say, at the first of the season, but he's coming around. I think next year he will be a top-tier quarterback.
Extremely overrated, I'm not going to lie. He was supposed to be the Heisman front runner. No, he's not as good as people think. He's not bad, but he's not as good as people think he is.
Okay, so who do we have here?
Yeah, this is Toro and Zora.
They look like Longhorn.
They're Bevo's backups.
How long have we been doing Bevo's backup?
Well, so she is 12 and he's 10, and so we've been traveling with them their whole lives.
Okay, so we got the cord caught. Can I move your paw, buddy? You think you could be the offensive coordinator? That's a yes. Do you think Texas fans would be happy or sad if Sark decided to leave for the Titans job?
That's a great question. I mean, they should just be sad all the time because they're rooting for Texas, so.
I think they'd probably be sad because, I mean, think about it. Who else do they got?
I think they would be sad because who are you going to get that's better to replace him?
I think Sark would be more sad if he left for the Titan job. I'm not going to lie. With the amount of NIL money Texas has, I think he can probably spend more money with the Longhorns than he can with the Titans and be more successful.
This trip to Athens was brought to you by Game Time. Download the Game Time app and use code Lucy for $20 off your first order. Terms apply. What do you even look like? Like, I don't even know.
Yeah, Elmo, Animal, I've gotten a few of that. I've told like a runway type of outfit. There's a lot of options you could go with.
So how do you put this together?
Yeah, so over the course of last semester, I collected about 200 pom-poms as I left the stadium, pocketing about 20 each week. Just, got a shirt, some pants that I wasn't wearing anymore, and just hot glued the trick. It was perfect.
Do you have like a name you call yourself?
I call myself Pom-Pom Man, typically. Pretty straightforward.
Do you guys miss Carson Beck at all?
Not at all. Get him out.
Not even a little bit?
Not even a little bit.
I think he's starting to show exactly the quarterback that he really is. He's a good quarterback, but when you put pressure on him and he has to come through, he's not what you think he is.
I mean, when I just see him throwing his team under the bus, I mean, I'm glad he's out of here.
They wanted him.
Yeah.
And they got him.
I mean, they paid like $4 million.
Wasn't worth that.
He's not worth that. I mean,
Not worth that.
Yeah, I mean, everybody was saying Carson Beck, it was Georgia's fault. And then he went and actually turned into Carson Beck and threw 4 interceptions. And, I mean, I'm just happy that he's finally revealing himself. I think he had like a Halloween mask on or something for the first 4 weeks. But Yeah, no, I'm kind of, we like Gunner. Gunner's our guy.
I mean, I've been watching him play some games and stuff, and like, I'm definitely happy that he found his crew. I feel like he has a really good fit there. But you know what I'm about to say to that? Boo!
Okay, so here's the situation. Rose's job is to film B-roll on the field. Myself and Mike Malley, who you may or may not know, are up in the press box, uploading, working, watching football. So we look at Rose's footage, and it's entirely all of Matthew McConaughey. She did not get shots of anything else but Matthew McConaughey.
A movie out of it, so
Yeah, but that is not your job. And then as we are walking down to the field to meet Rose at the end of the game, who do we meet? Matthew McConaughey. Rose, did you meet him?
No. We just look at each other, but he was ignoring me. So, all right.
Dan, some teams just have that dog in them, and some teams don't. And that would be Texas that doesn't. That was unpleasant. Woof woof.
From down under, Australian Wallabies rugby coach Joseph Schmidt is reporting today that Alexander Barkov may be back on ice with the Panthers as soon as January.
All right, we've officially beaten that joke into the ground. He's run out of coaches to
was
use. I don't know why he chose that. He makes
part of the joke.
Some choices that are unusual around here.
Let me do the etymology of humor here. Part of the joke is you start with the famous coaches, and then you work your way down to really, really obscure coaches.
Major penalty, 5 minutes, swooning comedy.
Enhancing comedy is more like it.
Okay, you can just leave for a little while. We will welcome you back after Lucy Rohden has told us of her travels. And it's too bad, too, because I wanted your thoughts on James Franklin. You came in here saying that Virginia Tech had a shiny toy. They just hired a shiny toy. But instead, I'll get Lucy's opinion on this instead of yours, an informed one, an expert one instead of, as I mentioned, yours. Welcome, Lucy. That is an ill-fitting hat you are wearing. I salute you for wearing it. You shouldn't wear. Am I wrong about this? I'm not a stylish person. I just think the brim is a little too straight. I think it's a little too wide. It looks more like a canopy, like an awning. It looks like a bit like an awning there. So am I wrong that your hat is too straight? And it's a little bit too large as well, I would say.
Man, Dan.
Okay. Do you want to tell me my sweatshirt's ugly too?
Is the Jeremy okay?
Already did that to me last week. Don't worry about it.
I don't think your
It's the
sweatshirt is
fashion.
ugly. Okay, it is the fashion.
I will say, when I bought this hat, I agreed with you, and I thought the brim was a little too straight. But then someone was like, "Hey, that's the coolest hat I've ever seen. You should buy it." And I was
This
like,
is what
"Okay, I'm gonna
happens,
follow
Lucy."
Through. And then when I was waiting in here in the waiting room, Lewis literally said, "Hey, I want to say nice hat, not nice hat. It's a cool hat." And I get complimented on it all the time. People are DMing me trying to buy this hat off me, and you think it's ugly.
This is what happens, Lucy. You walk through the streets and people are complimenting you on your style, and then you walk in here and Dan says, "Is that a punishment?"
I don't think it's an ugly hat. I just believe.
He asked you if it was a punishment.
Yes, he did do that to me last week.
I saw that
He
sweater.
did.
No one complimented
He
you.
did. The security guard in the street, the concierge in the lobby, every person in that room, you can ask them, to a man, to a woman.
Do you
My cardigan was great.
Penalty on Jeremy, 5 minutes for being Jeremy.
Do you understand sarcasm?
Again, the hat is
Every last
nice.
one of them.
Lucy, the hat itself is nice. It's just the brim. You just bend the brim. Bend the
No,
brim
it
a
doesn't.
little bit.
It really doesn't bend. Like, look at this. That's not something that's going to happen here. I also have glasses on, so it doesn't help. I think it looks cool. I think you have to take risks in fashion. Sometimes things work out, sometimes things don't. I think it's worked out fine. Again, purple is one of my colors.
Fair enough. We'll just agree to disagree and move on.
No, I'm right.
James Franklin as the hire for Virginia Tech, and now the buyout at Penn State is slightly less because
Why is my dad not in the penalty box?
I don't understand what your dad is doing. Your dad just does. He plays by his own rules. What did you think of Virginia Tech hiring James Franklin?
This is exactly what I thought was going to happen. Like, when James Franklin got fired, I was like, Virginia Tech is the most natural landing spot. And despite all the things I've said about James Franklin, I really do think this is a good hire. He has a ton of experience in the area. He was an assistant coach at both Maryland and James Madison. Virginia Tech has announced they're putting a ton of money into their athletics department, like $229 million. And like James Franklin, we know he can build a program. He's done that with Penn State. He sort of did that with Vanderbilt. Like, that is something that he has experience at. And the issue was obviously the big games. Not to be rude, that's a little less likely in the ACC. Like, the odds you're running into Ohio State every year is it's not really going to happen as much. So I really think that this is a good move by Virginia Tech because you have the DMV right there. That's an area that James Franklin is going to be able to recruit really well. Like, I think that this will get Virginia Tech back into, competition for winning the ACC. I certainly don't think that it's like a national championship level spot with that James Franklin hire, but I do think that this is what Virginia Tech needed, and I think this works out well. And now with Penn State, the buyouts dropped to $9 million, so you can kind of guess what his salary is going to be at Virginia Tech based off of that.
Lucy,
but
do you
not
think,
me, because I'm not good at math.
Lucy, do you think that was his top choice if he had the pick of the litter?
Yeah, I would think so because I don't think that LSU or Florida were possibilities. I think that it's like a cultural fit, like sort of like Virginia Tech and James Franklin just seems like it works. Like, I don't think James Franklin was like dying to go to Arkansas or anything, which Arkansas Twitter has been so weird this week. They truly believe they're getting every single head coach, so they were like devastated when James Franklin went to Virginia Tech. I think that this is the most natural fit for both sides, and I really do think this works out to a certain extent.
Is Virginia Tech a good job? Because Frank Beamer sort of made it a good job, but is it a good job?
I think with Virginia Tech saying, "Hey, we're investing a ton of money into this," then it becomes a good job. I would say that he's built such a culture there that like Virginia Tech doesn't necessarily resonate with like people my age as this like powerhouse, but like people a little bit older will sort of feel that Virginia Tech's a great job. I think James Franklin has the ability to make this a really competitive job. And like once again, you have the ACC, which just is not as good as these other conferences. The competition is a little less. And I think something that's like weirdly kind of interesting about this is this comes off the heels of Maryland telling everyone that Mike Locksley is going to stay there another year, which I'm assuming half the people who were listening to the show had no idea Mike Locksley was still there. That works out really well for Virginia Tech because that's your top competition when recruiting the DMV, and they're not going to go play for Mike Locksley at Maryland. They're going to go play for James Franklin at Virginia Tech. That just seems like a better fit. So I really, truly think that this is going to work out for both parties.
Look at this current landscape in the ACC. You'd be surprised if Virginia Tech was a player next year because I would not.
Greg, did you have any thoughts here on James Franklin to Virginia Tech?
Well, the buyout, I think, went from almost $50 million to like $10 million. So it seems like the winner here is Penn State. How were they able to negotiate that buyout down that far?
So his contract was written so that it was an offsetting buyout. So I'm assuming because that buyout has dropped to $9 million, you can sort of figure out that, okay, Virginia Tech is paying James Franklin X amount of money because the contract was like, hey, we're going to give you this $50 million, but you have to go find another job. You have to get that job and get a salary that's market value. And then whatever you make there, we will pay the difference versus what you originally had. So it was like kind of standard just contract stuff. So we don't know James Franklin's like contract yet at Virginia Tech, but you can kind of take a guess. Once again, that is for someone who's good at math to figure out.
Lucy, is that the key right there when you say you have to get a job that's market value? Because I would think, hey, if I'm James Franklin, why don't I take a really small contract, but you have to use that money on NIL?
Yeah, so like Virginia Tech has already said that they were putting this money into their athletic department. That was something that they announced like a few months ago, that it was $229 million that would be invested into Virginia Tech athletics. So like theoretically you could have used the money from James Franklin's salary to, boost NIL back. But I don't think he was ever going to make what he was making at Penn State to do that. And his contract did require that he takes a job that like you would be like, that's appropriate for him to make that amount of money.
They are on their 5th losing record in the last 6 seasons, and they haven't won more than 8 games since 2017. If you think of them as a big program, you're doing so on information that's 10 years old because they have not been a relevant program. But James Franklin was the first person to make Vanderbilt matter. He made Vanderbilt matter, though, with a whole lot of questionable going on off the field.
No, yeah, and that's true, and that's something you have to look out for, especially in like this year of a lot of college football coaches getting hired that have less than stellar that have less than stellar reputations. I think you can look at the Penn State job as well and think about how, where that program was at when he inherited it. Obviously, Bill O'Brien did some work to kind of bring them back a little bit, but he was taking, for Penn State specifically, a program that had been decimated by NCAA, horrifying scandals that had really truly almost broken that football program. To bring them back to where they were really impressive, because a lot of people have been like, why would James Franklin work here if Brent Pry didn't? Because Brent Pry was the DC under James Franklin at Penn State. It's because Brent Pry had never built a program up before. James Franklin has done that. It's one of the things that he has done really well and has shown that he can do really well. The sort of question you have with James Franklin is what happens when Virginia Tech comes back, if that happens, and now you're competing for a college football playoff and you got a big game again, and your in-game decisions are going to matter a lot more when you're in, the ACC championship game against Miami or potentially a good Clemson team again. That's when we're going to start to see the old, ugly kind of James Franklin head appear. But for right now, for what Virginia Tech needs, James Franklin, I think, is the best guy for that job.
Lucy, how much do you think skin weighs?
Skin?
Yep, the skin on your human body.
20 pounds?
Wow.
Whoa. Oh, my God.
You are great at this game. You are wonderful at the how much do you think skin weighs game. I didn't think you'd get that exactly right. Where is Lane Kiffin going to end up? Do you have any thoughts here?
Well, this one is weird because last night it came out, The Athletic reported that Ole Miss came to Lane Kiffin and was like, you have to decide by the Egg Bowl. So by the Mississippi State game, it's going to be LSU, it's going to be Florida, or it's going to be us, which I think is kind of a bold move for the Ole Miss administration to make, because it was reported this week that Lane Kiffin's family, not Lane Kiffin, got a trip to Baton Rouge where they were shown around the town, and then the same thing actually happened earlier that week in Gainesville. So, those seem to be the two primary options. Lane Kiffin is taking the approach that it feels like he's going to leave because he's not explicitly saying, hey, I'm not going to leave and I'm not signing a contract. Like Matt Rule at Nebraska signed an extension, one that I would not have given to him, but he signed an extension. Dan Lanning came out and said, I will not leave Oregon. I will be here as long as they want me. And Lane Kiffin's like, I don't want to talk about this right now, guys. What a game, huh? I don't want to mention it. So it does feel like he has one foot out the door. I think what's really interesting about this is now that there's an ultimatum, now that there's a deadline, Ole Miss feels like not necessarily a lock, but Ole Miss will most likely make the college football playoff at this point. What if Lane Kiffin says, okay, I'm going to LSU, I'm going to Florida? Where does that leave Ole Miss during the playoff? Who is going to be coaching that team? Because he has an ultimatum in front of him here. It's very sort of weird how Ole Miss has gone about handling this. I personally wouldn't have done that because, maybe if you want someone to stay, you don't give them an ultimatum. But it's a very sort of weird situation. I feel like he's going to leave.
Can you walk me through what happened at Michigan State? So they get Mel Tucker. They give him a giant extension. He was good for 1 year with Kenneth Walker as his running back, and now they vacated 3 years' worth of wins. They were fined a small amount of money, but also 1.5% of their their football budget.
That's right.
Which is a big number. That seems like a legitimate penalty, but the forfeiting of victories, that's silly, right?
Yeah, it's weird, especially because, as an Iowa fan, when this came out, Iowa, the university, came out and they were like, we are not marking any of those games against Michigan State that we lost as wins. We're not doing that. I've never understood, forfeiting the victories because, what does that really mean? Mel Tucker is sort of he's kind of speaking of Matt Rule a little bit earlier, these are very different situations because Mel Tucker ended up being kind of a gross dude, and I don't think Matt Rule is, where, The funniest part of these college football like hiring cycles is how everyone gets so scared that they are willing to commit to somebody who is bad, because I believe they gave Mel Tucker that giant extension after the LSU job opened up because they were terrified he was going to leave, when in all actuality all that money should have gone to Kenneth Walker III. That was what made Michigan State so good that season. And so it was just a bad judgment move on Michigan State to extend this guy that they only really had seen 1 year of, which just ended up being an anomaly. Obviously everything went down their hill from there, where he was, a really creepy dude to someone whose entire job is to teach you about really creepy dudes. And then now they've hired Jonathan Smith, which this just doesn't seem like it's working out either. That's another interesting sort of school to watch right now. They're a really bad football team. Do you hire Jonathan or fire Jonathan Smith given the competition around you? It's a weird spot. Michigan State is an athletic department that just there's messy stuff going on there all the time.
Can you explain to me, because I didn't see the game, explain to me how Texas A&M got down 30-3, and explain to me how they won that game by allowing 0 points in the second half but scoring 4 touchdowns? Because that, without having seen it, seems to me the wildest result in college football this season.
I only got to watch the first half, and the first half, let me tell you, you don't want to be throwing interceptions, and you don't want to let South Carolina get hot. It was just so quick the way South Carolina was moving, where it would be, okay, you pick off Marcel Reed, 80-yard touchdown pass. All right, cool. Texas A&M has the ball again. Marcel Reed throws another interception. All right, you're driving down the field again. It was just like efficient defense from South Carolina that they were able to really translate into points very, very quickly. I know that you say it's the most shocking result of the college football season, and I agree with that in the sense that that's a crazy comeback and congratulations A&M. It's not shocking in the result that happened to South Carolina. That is something that South Carolina football just is. It is a level of stupidity and absurdity, and just I cannot believe that happened to us. That is what South Carolina is. I did not get to watch much of the second half, but from what I saw later, it was just that Texas A&M was a completely different football team. It was that Mike Elko remembered, hey, I signed a fat extension this morning. We're going to turn this around. I think that is one of the more – Texas A&M hasn't played anybody with a winning record in the SEC, I believe, at this point. But that was their most impressive win to me, because you're in that position where you're going to have to fight back. You're going to have to show that you really are one of the most talented teams in the country. This really solidified Texas A&M for me there, because that's a difficult situation to be in, especially getting down at home like that in the first half. That's embarrassing stuff.
Lucy,
and when your state troopers are fighting people, that's not good.
Lucy, is there a storyline going into the playoff rankings coming out tonight that you're most interested in?
I think Mike Ryan's not there, right?
He is not.
No. Not here.
Okay, cool. Yeah, Miami, Notre Dame, I'm interested in. It seems like there's a lot of things going online with him about that, so I'm a little nervous to talk about it. Miami, Notre Dame, to see how those two sort of line up will be interesting, and I'm also really excited or intrigued to see what happens following Alabama, Oklahoma this weekend. For me, anyone who's telling you that Texas still has a shot at the playoff, I think that's wrong. I think they're dead. I think that is a team that should not be in the playoff. I'm excited to see what happens with Oklahoma after the win this weekend, how they jump, and how far Alabama falls.
What did you make of Oklahoma, Alabama? That was weird in that Alabama had twice as much yardage in that game as Oklahoma. Oklahoma is only good at defensive line play.
Yeah, no, it was literally entirely a defensive victory for Oklahoma. That was it. Their defense was just so good that they won. Their offense can be pretty anemic. It's very, very single-faceted. They cannot score many points. It's very Brent Venables of them. But hey, if you win, if your defense is that good, which their defense is that good, you're going to be competitive in everything. I don't see them moving on. I think they're a playoff team with that win. I think that's a good enough win that's going to take you far. And I think that if you look at their record, a loss to Texas and Red River, that doesn't count to me. Red River is a weird made-up vortex in the universe where whatever happens there just isn't real. And then a loss to Ole Miss. I think that they are a lock for the playoff right now. I don't see them moving on beyond the first round, though, because their offense is so anemic. It was just such a good defensive game for them that they were able to win.
Put it on the poll, Juju, please. Is Texas, Oklahoma just a weird vortex in the universe that isn't real? At Le Batard Show. Chris Cody, make yourself useful here to put the punctuation on this segment with the only sound you're good at making. There you go. Let's go ahead and do Lucy's Internet Minute.
Time to get in it. It's Lucy's Internet Minute.
You are good at making that sound. So we have a sports internet minute today. Yay!
Yay!
Yay! Everybody clap.
Yay!
And it's about the Carolina Panthers.
Really?
Oh, The clapping's still going. So obviously the Carolina Panthers are having a weird, fun year, and there's a direct correlation with a TikToker named Carolina Mike. And he is a Carolina fan that lives in Minnesota, and all he does is every week before the game, he sings the same song he wrote. But it's really not about the Carolina Panthers. It's called 150,000. And the song is like, hey, if I had $150,000, what would I do? And he was like, well, I wouldn't buy the Carolina Panthers because that's not enough money to buy the Carolina Panthers. But maybe I would give some money to the Carolina Panthers. Maybe I would buy some tickets for the Carolina Panthers. Maybe I'd buy some gear for the Carolina Panthers. And ever since he has started singing this song and getting the Carolina Panthers fandom really going, they've had a very good season, and they actually invited him to perform this song called 150,000, which you should all look up because it's really, really catchy, at a game a few weeks ago, and that has been the secret to the Carolina Panthers' success this year.
They have a better record than the Kansas City Chiefs. I proclaimed their season done after they beat the Dolphins. So just for the record, after Carolina beat the Dolphins, I proclaimed their season done. After Seattle lost to the Rams, I said they're the best team in the NFL. Lucy, thank you for being on with us. We appreciate your time. As always, she is headed to Gainesville this weekend. Yes, as the Gators play host to the Volunteers. Did you and Lucy, did you see each other?
Nah, I didn't get to meet up with her this weekend. No.
You were in the same place. What happened?
Yeah, no, I understand, but it's a big city. She's working, I'm working. Didn't work out.
I'm actually curious to hear your
Suspicious.
thoughts on what you felt about the Georgia vibe.
You know what? It's interesting that you say that because this was my second time in Athens this season, and as we were leaving, we were saying to each other, felt different this time. And we couldn't explain it. So that's really interesting that you say that.
And not different in a good way.
No, something was off about Athens and even around the stadium. So we did the show right out front of the stadium. Something was off, Lucy, but I can't put my finger on it. You're 100% right.
It's kind of sleepy.
Yes, it was sleep, and it was such a monster game, especially because right before it, Oklahoma, they beat Alabama, so kind of, opens the door a little bit more for Georgia. It was a sleepy atmosphere. Yeah. You're right.
It's all the opioids.
Was it haunting? Lucy, make a ruling on this. Is this sound here haunting?
Yes.
Yeah, echoey pirate sounds.
That is Dan Marino starting a Let's Go Dolphins chant in Madrid.
Yeah.
And
it's the trailing Dolphins.
Yeah, and that, And the audio, the video accompaniment is Ed Orgeron made by AI as a pirate, which doesn't have any link to anything. But if he was singing Yo Ho Ho, Let's Go Dolphins, it would sound something like this. Let's go Dolphins. Thank you, Lucy. Appreciate the time. I've been told that the crack staff here has finally, and they do this intermittently, gotten Gas Bag of the Week sound. Are you guys interested in hearing? I see all over ESPN they're arguing about Shedeur Sanders. It's maddening. It's a ratings grab. I don't understand why we're talking so much about a fifth-round pick unless all you care about is fame. You don't care about the football. You don't care about anything. You just care about fame. And in Cleveland, we've got Ken Carman. I don't know who he's arguing with.
Anthony Lima, his co-host.
Okay, so they are arguing, and Shedeur Sanders has created a great deal of tension and passion. Let's go ahead and do...
And it starts with Ken Carman, and he's talking about how this was Shedeur was supposed to be a developmental pick.
They used the term development. I didn't use the term development.
But that's not
you
what this,
didn't.
That's,
they
that's
did.
just not
so
what
I'm
this,
going to blame them.
That's not what this league is.
It doesn't matter what this league is. It's who they are.
But this league is not, Kenny, about making sure to force feed a fifth-round pick that should not have been drafted after they took a third-round quarterback. That is not what this league is. We're not a charity case. This league is not set up to make sure that Deion Sanders' son gets 1,000 reps. I'm sorry, Josina. And I'm sorry, Ken. And I'm sorry, all these people that are trying to act like the Browns are sabotaging him. He's a fifth-round pick.
I didn't say it was
What are you
sabotage.
guys expecting this league is about?
Hold on.
This isn't Little League.
Hold on.
This isn't T-ball.
Hold on.
We're not trying to foster some great environment for kids to learn.
It's
the NFL.
This is not sports talk radio in Seattle.
My God.
This isn't. No, shut up for a second here. Sorry to say
ridiculous.
it like that. I take that word away. I take the shut up part away. But let me get back to the matter, because now you got me really pissed off at you. Because let me tell you the truth of this matter. You are not talking about any NFL team. You are talking about the Cleveland Browns. That's who you are talking about. You need to adjust your conversation to this football team, because that's the entire reason we're in this quagmire.
gas bag of the week.
Quagmire.
He immediately regretted and took back the shut up.
Go, shut up! No, I'm sorry about that. All right, I didn't mean that word.
Put it on the poll at LeBatard Show. Are you allowed to immediately retract your shut up while taking the sting out of your shut up?
If you do it right away, I think it's okay. If
Really?
you let any amount of time go by, it's like, nah, it's too late.
You got to own it.
He did it right away.
You can't regret it. You got to own it. If you tell somebody to shut up, own it.
No,
Ride with it.
but he's allowed to acknowledge that was not nice of me. I'm taking that back. He acknowledged it right away. I would forgive.
You have been very hard on LeBron James, Aslo. You have said that LeBron James is faking an injury.
Oh, yeah.
I did think it made me laugh to see the headline, LeBron James, and then parenthetically, sciatica returns to the Lakers. You are thinking what's about to happen here, given that the usage rate of Luka has made the Lakers look like the Mavs that went to the finals.
Yeah.
Because when you give Luka the ball all the time and just allow him to dominate the ball, he will dominate the game. And, I'd be curious about your thoughts here, because the Lakers with Luka through 14 games, and Luka has missed a few of them, and Austin Reeves has been great. They haven't looked like they missed LeBron at all, even though statistically LeBron was a top 10 player in the league last year.
Well, and you also have to point out, Luka's usage rate and all that. This is Luka in the best shape of his life right now with that usage rate. No, I think tonight's super interesting. He's questionable to return tonight, so maybe he returns against Utah. Lakers are 10-4. They're having a terrific start to the season. I think this is super interesting, like how he's going to be reintegrated into the lineup. And, if they lose to a Utah team that sucks, that's a fun story tomorrow. That's that's in my wheelhouse.
I didn't know your name was Amin.
Well, no, he first started off
No, he asked the question to me, and I'm curious to hear what you have to say.
He was volleying it over
and then
to
you
you.
just jumped
Okay.
in.
No, he first directed that at me.
I don't know. The question
No,
came
I
in.
will say
You
Dan,
said Zaslow. You've been critical.
Dan did the move of started with Zaslow, and then midway through was like, Amin, I'm also interested in
Yeah,
you.
Dan does that.
I got
Yeah,
your
he
back,
does that.
Dan. That question was coming to me.
Shut up for a second here.
I think there was an original Zaslow.
Am
though.
I off
He-
base here?
He
You are off
started
base.
originally at
Really?
Zaslow.
Shut up for a second here.
Shut up for a second
Hold
here.
on, I'll take that shut up back. Hold on.
All right.
You know what's funnier? A bigger story, a crazier story?
What's that?
We talk about, the Lakers haven't missed him. Hey, guys, the NBA hasn't missed him. Y'all don't feel that? Like, dude, he's been gone a month, and I haven't seen anywhere people are like, when's LeBron coming? Nobody cares.
But is that because we know he's coming back at some point?
No, I think it's because, first and foremost, because the Lakers are playing well without him. But beyond that, it's like, this league is evolving. The stories that were told for 22 years or whatever are coming to a close. And there are new stories that people care about now. People care about Shea. People care about Donovan Mitchell. People care about all these stars all over the league. It's like crazy because I would say even a year ago, it's like, how is the NBA going to adjust to when LeBron's gone? And like, we just had a month of it. I'm like, adjusted pretty fine and pretty quickly if you ask me.
The Lakers are 17th in offensive rating and 15th in defensive rating. Is LeBron going to make either of those things better, Zaslow?
Zaz, you could take this one.
Yeah, Zaz, take this one.
I mean, he should make them better offensively. He's not going to make them better defensively, but he should make them better offensively because even if we're not talking about him scoring, the smartest player in the league maybe. Like, he's going to be able to fit himself in offensively and help there, I would think.
The question we all ask is like, how much is he willing to relinquish? This is the ultimate control freak. Not that it was a bad thing, obviously to great success, but at this point, is he willing to relinquish that control and to be something lesser than what he probably believes he can do? Or maybe he looks forward to it. He's like, man, I'm old. I want to save myself for April, May, and possibly June. And so in order for that to happen, I need to let Luka and Austin Reeves do more.
We're going to overanalyze everything. I love it.
It's going to be fun to watch what happens because they have been winning and Luka has looked great. Yesterday on the show, 24 hours ago, we ended at about this time, the second hour of the show, talking about Bernie Kosar, and Bernie Kosar headed in to get his liver replaced. You have an update for us, Greg. Did you talk to Bernie's friends and family?
Just by text, and not in person. But the surgery went well. He woke up feeling great, and in Bernie's style, he said, "I'm looking forward to the rest of my week, and I'm looking forward to the rest of my life." It was a long-awaited surgery that he desperately needed after one disappointment, and apparently it went well, and that's the update.
Yeah. Y'all ain't ready for my analysis, man.
He wants to say what he said before the show. And I'm
like,
like, you get out of here. We don't want your take on this. See, judge me right here, Dan.
Yeah.
They were
that's
playing
good.
back and forth here of like, I think I should do it. And I was like, no.
Yes, Amin's opinion before the show was not helpful, was not something
the opinion of
that should be on air.
Oh, I never heard that.
But when I went to Cody on this, I thought he would have more in the way of an update, but all he did was shoot Bernie a text and get a response.
Yeah, I apologize that I didn't speak directly with Bernie during the surgery. While the surgery was ongoing, he was under general anesthesia, but still, he might have come to the phone and spoken to me during the surgery. I apologize I didn't make that happen.
Greg, you know where you messed up. You should have called Spo, because I'm pretty sure Spo would have had an update.
Yes, that's a
on
very
Bernie's.
good point. Excellent.
Yeah, Spo was brought up unprovoked by LeBron James yesterday.
What do you say?
Just throwing that out there. LeBron James said, you know who always said positionless basketball? Eric Spoelstra. And you know what else he said is that he could fit on any team in the NBA. And
Fit
I
in,
find
don't
that
fit out.
interesting.
By the way, Bernie Kosar is also projecting that Barkov's going to be back on the ice a lot sooner than most people think.
Former Panthers minority owner Bernie Kosar.
That's right. There you go. I like it. I have no idea if it's true, but if it is.
It is true.
Is it?
What do you mean you don't know
Why?
if it's true? You didn't
Why
know
would-
that Bernie Kosar
No.
was a minority owner of the Panthers?
No.
Yes.
What was he on, like 1,000th of one scintilla?
Dad, remember the time we ran into Bernie Kosar at Chili's?
Yes. He
Me
paid
too.
for my meal.
He did?
No way.
Yeah, I brought that up to him when I
Wow.
talked to him Saturday. I brought that up, and he remembered it. Yeah.
What'd you order?
Oh, I don't
Everything.
remember.
2 for 20.
No, he after the fact he
This is the new and unimproved Dan Le Batard Show with the Stugotz. Gamble on by DraftKings.
It's the holiday season, and it is the 50th anniversary of Miller Lite, which means a lot of my favorite memories start the same way. I bring out a cornucopia of beautiful white Miller Lite cans, and I spread that holiday cheer. Ah, Miller Lite, holiday season. You crack open a Miller Lite, you look around, you look at your friends, you look at your family. You take that first sip, and you know you made the right call. Miller Lite just fits. It's taste that you know you can depend on. Brewed for flavor with simple ingredients like malted barley, rich balanced toffee notes, and that iconic golden color. Almost festive in a way. And at 96 calories and 3.2 carbs per 12 ounces, it lets you enjoy the season without weighing you down. The original light beer since 1975 and still hitting different 50 years later. The best holiday beers are the ones you don't expect. Miller Lite, great taste, 96 calories. Go to MillerLite.com/Dan to find delivery options near you, or you can pick up some Miller Lite pretty much anywhere they sell beer. 'Tis Miller time! Celebrate responsibly. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. 96 calories at 3.2 carbs per 12 ounces.
Against the Spread is presented by DraftKings. DraftKings, the crown is yours. Chris, go ahead.
Last week I gave you Commanders plus 2.5, and I said fade me. So if you did, good job. This week I actually am going to give you one I like. You can fade me if you want, but I like the Bears at home -3 against the Steelers. Steelers going in the wrong direction. I think the Bears are going in the right direction. At home, they played a bunch of close games. I like them to actually win this one fairly easily, probably win by 10, 12 points over the Steelers. Give me the Bears -3 at home. Dad, what do you got?
I got to take Virginia Tech to cover 17.5 points at home against the Miami Hurricanes. The Hurricanes are coming off a big win. They have a bigger game next week. I don't quite trust them on the road, and you got Virginia Tech players trying to impress their new head coach, James Franklin. I just think they're a good home dog.
Let's bring aboard Juju. How you doing this morning, Juju?
It's not Juju. That is Julian G.
Oh, Julian G. Sorry.
That's a fine.
Sorry. It's not fine. It's his real name.
Fine, you got his name wrong.
Julian G. Hello.
What's up, brother? How you doing today, man?
Doing all right. So, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it warms my heart to know that you are a big, what's my boy name? Fan of the rapper
Playboy Cardi.
Oh, that's right here. Come on now,
Yeah,
Playboy
yeah.
Cardi, right there. I'm wearing the shirt. That's my guy
Yes,
right
sir.
there.
Yes, sir. Atlanta, stand up.
Yeah.
Don't ask me to name my favorite song. Too many lists, Greg.
Too many lists.
We've learned that your son likes rappers and Arab fighters.
Oh my God,
Mm.
loves rap and loves the Arab fighters.
Lucky J.
Yep, there you go.
I want to kick this off by saying, I just want to just kick this off. I love everything that we're doing. I love all the guests we have, but I just want to send this message out to the audience. The oven is the exact worst place to hide anything a child wants.
What about
Because
dishwasher?
The dishwasher, yes, maybe, but that child ain't gonna be able to differentiate. Sometimes he run in the kitchen, you cooking chicken. I know this from experience. They open that oven thinking there's some candy in there. They grab the chicken. Now we got child protective services.
All of a
at the
sudden,
house.
you're at Thanksgiving at grandma's house, and they're like, oh, let me go. And then there's a turkey in there.
That's
To be fair, when that door opens, that blast hits that kid so hard, you're not gonna be able to reach in. You're gonna fall all the way back.
They're gonna learn today.
You would think so. You would think so.
One would think.
Well, yeah. Sorry about that, Zaz. Back to you.
Juju, you got a top 10 for us here today? What do you got?
Oh, yes, I do have a top 10 today. It was given to me, the idea from Aaron Jacobson. Salute to you, brother. Hit me on Twitter yesterday and said, yo, bro, TV shows. We had a little switch out right now, so let's get back on it. I got a top 10 TV shows that you should be watching right now.
Oh,
Wow.
so these are shows that are on right now?
Yes, sir. Right on, right now.
All right.
I had a list. Those shows are over now. Now we're in the now.
Okay.
OLI. And this is why you're cooking and this is why you're cleaning. Just OLI, have these two television shows on. St. Dennis and Stumble.
Oh, that St. Dennis
Is St.
looks
Dennis
really
good?
funny.
Is it good?
Yeah. It's pretty funny, bro. It's funnier than you think it is.
Okay.
It's like watching Modern Family for the first time. Like, oh, wait a minute.
I could watch that. That show looks funny.
Hell yeah. Number 10, and trust me on this one. I know it sounds crazy. Squid Games, The Challenge.
I don't know if I could watch a real life Squid Game where they ain't gonna die.
Guess what the prize is, bruh?
Life?
$5 million.
Nah, but still, there needs to be the threat of death.
Yeah.
That's Squid
Yeah.
Game.
You're right. They get shot in the chest with a fake like a paintball gun, but yeah, you're right. We need some real life stuff going on. Number 9, I Love LA.
What's that?
Yeah.
HBO?
Yeah, HBO Max. It's a deep cut right now with Rachel Sennott, Jay Hutch, and Odessa. I forget her last name, but yeah, it's for the Euphoria crowd.
100%.
Check it out.
It's a good one.
Hell yeah. Number 8, Pluribus.
Oh,
number 8.
It gotta be higher on your list.
my
brother.
God.
Brother, your
Gee,
top,
that is too
God.
low.
Your top 7 must be fire. If that's 8,
Look, I watch Pluribus. I'm caught up every episode. It's all right.
You're insane.
All right.
No,
Wow.
you're insane.
It takes
That's
a while.
crazy.
It takes a while to get into that.
It's a slow
took
build.
3 minutes.
I mean, it's pretty good. Yeah, spoiler alert. Once you saw what was happening at first, it's like, holy, wait a second. But, yeah, I mean, it's a little aggravating to see somebody complain over and over about everything. Okay, the world's over.
Yeah.
Neither here nor there. Watch Pluribus.
shout out to my man from Mauritania. He's got the right
Exactly. Number 7, The Vince Staples Show.
idea.
bruh.
Is there a new season?
Yeah, it just came out. New season 2 out right now.
Season 1 was, yeah.
Yeah,
I
that's
like
what I'm
Vince,
saying.
but,
Yeah, and this is the reminder. This is trust your boy list also.
Got it.
This isn't guess what you think. Oh, I wasn't there to see Michael Jordan, so he must have been worse than LeBron. No, I'm saying trust your boy. You dig me? Number 6, the Tulsa King.
Yeah, I like Tulsa King.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Sly Stallone still got it.
The White Man Freddy.
Them eyebrows,
Money
boy.
years.
That's White Man Freddy. He pulls girls, man. He knows what he's doing.
Oh yeah. Right.
You
All
gotta have
ages
to
too.
talk to them in a certain way.
We just referenced Michael Jordan. Can I jump in real fast? Is that Wilt video Because like I saw on
It's not
Twitter,
not real.
Can't be real.
It's not. It's,
I saw Twitter trying to say, "Hey, this Wilt game was televised. Here it is."
It's real footage, but not from that game.
Okay.
Right,
Back to you,
right.
Juju. Sorry.
It's all good. It's very important to clarify that. I seen the Twitter note on that. That's how I knew it was fake. But number 5, the Dan Le Batard Show, with or without my boy.
Wow. 5, huh? Wow. I want to see who's in the top 4.
Pluribus should be
You
higher.
feel me? We should watch it. I don't know, bro. Y'all pretty entertaining. Number 4, the Chair Company.
Oh, you caught up?
Yes.
You got up with the
Oh,
birthday.
yeah.
The birthday.
Julian
Hey, do the
G.
dance.
Julian G. Were you shocked at the end of the last episode?
Yes, sir. I definitely was, bro. No spoilers here, but I was shocked. I was shocked that this show was good too because of the whole that movie snafu. What was this movie?
Friendship
movie snafu. Yeah, I was like, I was gonna give this chair stuff a shot, but it's too embarrassing. I can't take it.
What's the snafu with the movie Friendship?
The secondhand embarrassment, the whole movie.
Oh yeah,
man,
of
like
course.
you said.
No,
Yeah.
you're right, but I still liked the movie.
I
but
didn't
yes,
like it. I didn't like Friendship.
yes.
I was just like
I didn't
weirded out
like
the whole
it.
time.
Yeah, he went too far. Just friends. Salute the Friendship. Go see it if you haven't. Number 3, Landman.
Oh, so they're back with a new season.
Back. Yes, sir.
How about
Billy
my man
Bob.
Sam Neill? I'll play
Yes, sir.
the daddy now or the granddaddy, whatever.
Zaz, you know about that land, man?
Yeah, I'm gonna learn.
Number 2, All Her Faults.
Don't know it.
Oh,
Peacock?
that looks good. That's with what's her name, Sarah Snook, right?
Yep, from Succession.
Snooki?
It's a good one.
Jersey Shore?
Bruh. No. On Peacock right now, check out All Her Fault for sure. And the number 1 show you should be watching right now. I shouldn't even have to say this, but hey, let's start. The Mayor of Kingstown. Salute.
Juju, I was dating a girl like 4 years ago who had Paramount Plus, and I saw the first 2 episodes at her place, and then we broke up, and I didn't have Paramount Plus, so I never got back into it.
I guess it's all her fault.
Quite the love story.
Really?
Hello. Look at Roy.
Misconnection.
Juju, the Golden State Warriors are here tomorrow night. They're in Orlando tonight. What was Steve Kerr bitching about?
Right, bruh. He says, and I quote, "The Miami game will be our 17th game in 29 days in 13 different cities. It's been the toughest early schedule I've ever been a part of in my entire NBA life." And all I heard while he was saying that was the smallest violin playing from my brother Greg Cody on the Greg Cody Show featuring Greg Cody, because nobody gives a damn. You make so much money. This is what the cash is for. Get you some Airborne, get you a Tylenol, get you some rest, and get out there and play the Heat.
Right, and plus you're not out there playing, Kerr. You're on a sideline going like this with your arms.
You know what I heard by that? I heard him saying, Jimmy's not playing Wednesday. It's just setting the table.
Yeah, it could be.
I heard that too.
100%, man. 100, none of them are going to play. It's going to be infuriating.
He should be embarrassed. Steve Kerr should be embarrassed. Are you kidding me? The way these guys travel nowadays. You go back in the 90s. They flew commercial.
No, they didn't.
Yes, they did.
Not in the 90s.
Yes, they did.
Not in the 90s. Not in the 90s. The 80s.
Keep saying yes, they did.
Also, too, side note, get the therapy ready for L. Duncan's daughter, Georgia.
Oh, my God, for real.
In the name of content. Like, she did the thing just to give us the content. It's like, what are you doing there?
Salute to her, though, man. She's a great person. From Atlanta, Georgia, L. Duncan is a legend. I grew up with her on the radio, bro, on the hip-hop station. So we always salute L in Atlanta.
Juju, let's update. Sorry, Julian G. Let's update some polls. What do you got for us?
Yes, sir. Of course I'm ready. Of course I have the polls on the ready in my hand at all times. And this is not me rambling. Did you know that your skin weighs roughly 20 pounds? 84% of the audience says no, they did not. Damn.
That's why you watch this show, for an education.
Right. Have you ever used your oven for storage? 55% of the audience says, yes, they have. What is wrong with you people?
Unbelievable.
Come on, man.
Dad, you use
Also-
your microwave for storage.
The microwave, yes.
You're a big.
Yes.
That's what you do.
Yeah, we put loaves of bread and stuff like that in it. Yeah.
Stop snitching on Greg. We
I'm
we
saying
get
that's
tired of it.
No, that's not me snitching. That's more just like that's a better like the microwave.
Yeah, the
kid
microwave
can't get it.
In Greg's defense, that's also like like a bread box, right? Like
but
that's
also,
perfect.
Exactly.
it felt a little like snitching. I gotta.
Did it? I really.
You know what
didn't think
happens
that
to snitches, right?
I've heard.
They get hurt.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're always going to open the microwave oven door, but you got to preheat that oven.
Jack.
I like it. Also, speaking of snitches, right quick, just reminds me, Tony Romo and all the other aficionados who get the blessing of calling NFL games, stop trying to tell me the flag before the referee tell me the flag, bro. You be wrong half of the time. Oh, looks like it's coming back, Jim. That's a holding. No, sir.
Tirico loves to do that too.
I hate
Tirico
that.
loves to
Right.
tell you where the penalty's
Yeah.
coming from.
Yeah, I hate that.
Right.
I like the
Relax.
drama of the referee getting there, and I gotta like, oh, what's he gonna say? Who's he gonna be on?
You know what I hate?
Right.
I hate when he's like, he walks up, he's about to say it, then he starts fumbling with his thing. Then he turns around and he talks to the other. I'm like, just say it already.
Be ready, dog.
Oh my goodness. Would you be fat and bloated if you're stretching ramen noodles over 2 days? 51% of the audience says yes, you would be.
Split.
It's true.
Yeah. I've stretched a pack of ramen noodles in my day. You feel me? Salute. Chicken flavor.
Multiple meals?
Oh, yeah. Multiple meals. You go 2 packs at once. Now, this is the part.
2
You
packs
get
at
you
once.
a pack of bologna, though.
So I used to do hot dogs. I used to cut up the hot dog in it.
Oh, so you was rich. Oh, damn. I know we had a rich man in the building. But yeah, fry that bologna, chop it up, throw it in the noodles, hot sauce, Louisiana. Balling.
That's a good meal, man.
Yes.
Yes, sir. Is Texas A&M just a weird vortex in the universe? 87% of the audience says yes. And last poll, most important poll, are you allowed to immediately retract your shut up so it doesn't sting as much? 52% of the audience says no, you can't. And those are your polls.
Shut up for a second here.
That's tight.